Hey guys, I wanted to give a bit of a video today. I'm really excited about this one. I'm going to showcase my first ever draft cube. Um, this is the second version I've done with this. The first one was a bit longer for 6 players, but this one is for 4 players. It's a little bit past Edison, so there are XYZs as well as Synchros, but it is still pretty low powered. Um, I basically used mostly what I had on hand, minus some pretty essential things. So there is going to be a couple of weird options here and there, and a lot of the stuff I used either is simplistic or it delves a bit deep, or the stuff that isn't very simplistic, you would have to delve a bit deeper into the rabbit hole to see if you could kind of make playable. So let's just get right into it. As you can see, it's a nice little layer box. It's about 60 cards per person, so in case you goof up and you both go for like the same thing, like gadgets are in here, you can pivot with still a bit of space. Alright, so these are going to be the probably the main archetypes that we have here. So we do have a small monarch package. We are running 1 mausoleum as well as 3 stormforth. These are really good, but definitely not broken enough, and maybe a little bit under the power level of the better decks that you could make with this. I mostly just wanted to have an excuse to have each of the monarchs in a nice common printing. As you can see, we have 1 each here. Actually, this one's a super, so they're not common. These are nice. These are pretty okay, and they're pretty flexible with whatever you're picking. Nothing really restricts you from normal summoning. We also have light ones. We're playing 1 Judgment Dragon. I think 1 is okay, but I could bump it up to 2. As the other ones, we have Celestial, which is also kind of half monarch. 2 Raiden, just to get you into more synchros. 2 Jane, because it's good. 1 Lila for your own personal MST. An Eren for flip stuff. A Feliz for stuff to send, as well as a Garroth, Lumina, Narcist, and speaking of stuff to send, we have 2 Wolf, just in case you want to play 2, and 2 Raiko, which is generically, probably bump this up to 3 actually. It's really annoying. I have 1 European and 1 American print, and it's pissing me off. We have heroes next, so it's Raiders. I went for a smaller hero package than a lot of people would think, mostly because some of this stuff is really good, like Blazeman is very good, and Solid Soldier isn't too bad. But it's still a pretty small engine, just because we have also an additional warrior package that's also a chaos package, so just to blend in with stuff, just to kind of get people's brains rolling on to just be like, oh yeah, hero only, hero only. Blazeman and Alias is just a beat stick. Bowman, I think it's very good, as well as Hero Ocean, Wildheart, and we're playing 2 Destiny Hero Militias, because you can play with Lights one as well. We're playing 3 fusions. We have the Wind Omni, the Dark Omni, and the Fire Omni. Fire is really good. Wind is actually great for obviously the attack interruption has, or rather the attack modifier. And Dark is just something you can go into generically, because you can play Dark Warriors in this. We're also playing gadgets, so we have 3 of yellow, 3 of green, 3 of red. They're just pretty generic. You can also play this with Cyber Dragons and machine stuff, good stuff that we have in here. For Paleos, we also have the 2 Paleo XYZs, as well as Idone, I don't know how you pronounce it, the Draw 2 one, as well as Dynamicious, which is obviously very good. Also playing an Oleanate for an Archetype MST, and 3 Canadia. As well as this one. I can't even remember what that one does, but it's funny. I like frogs, so I wanted to put in a flip-flop frog as a more control variant. I went 2-1 in this one, but I probably would have went a lot less if people knew what, obviously it was our first time and only I knew what was in there. I'm also playing 2 dupe frog just for more frogs, or 3 dupe frogs rather, and 1 rodent totem. This is a very personal card for me. We're also playing a Treeborn for Monarch stuff as well, so you can play Frog Monarch. Penguin Soldier is kind of a pseudo frog, but it's not technically. And that brings us on to Gladiator Beast. This is one of the more simplistic stuff. Gladiator Beasts are just fun around, just a good enough archetype. A lot of people that play with know what these do. So we have 1 Kazaris. We'll probably play another fusion too. I just didn't have one on me. We're playing 1 Bestiari, 1 Laclari, 1 Emilio. These are obviously the 3 more important ones of the original sets, as well as 1 Hippo Darius that came later. I had an Esquitri, so I threw that in there. I'm not pronouncing these right. Dimsdale Dimmadome Boy. And I also had these 2. These came later in like 2019 or something, and I decided to throw them in there. They are, they're higher level, so they can also serve as monarchs, as well as a beast, Sagittarius, I think that one is. That's an actual good card. I don't have War Chariot, so I need to get one. But for the spells and traps that aren't, we're playing a return, a battle manicure, I think this one is, and a charge, as well as a lash. Remind me to get a chariot. I need to get one in there. We're also playing Cyber Dragon. It's a bit of a weirder package, but I quite like it. It works with gadgets and monarchs, because you can always obviously special summon it out, as well as having implications of fusion, so you can play Blazeman. For the 2 fusions, we're not playing End because it's a little, unrealistic to summon, but maybe just put it in there for funny. Twin and Chimera Tech. I'm also playing 3 Cyber Dragon, 3 Via, 3 Dry. Not technically a Cyber Dragon, I don't think, but we're also playing Valley in here. It's like a baby Cyber Dragon. And 2 Kinetic Overload. This was a Cybernetic Overload rather. This was going to be a 3, but I decided to cut it to 2 because it was just really good. We're also playing 3 Cyber Phoenix, just to put it in here and see what it does, as well as a limiter removal. That is all the archetypal stuff. Here we have the generic stuff. Kind of still working on this. Here we have the archetypal. Here we have the archetypal, the non-archetypal stuff rather. I'm still working on this. I'll just give this a go. We are playing 1 Effect Failure. I just thought I'd throw this in here with a DD Crow, but I don't have it at the moment. Whether these are good or not, I'm not entirely sure, but it remains to be seen. We are playing 1 Tour Guide for the package of 3 Sangan. Sangan is obviously generically good, and we'll probably bump this up to 1 later on. Bump this up to 4 rather than just 3. But for now, I think it's fine. Playing 3 Dekoichi as a dark, a flip and a machine. Both are prominent features of this archetype. We are playing 3 Keeper of Dragon Shrine, or Keeper of Dragon Magic. This is very good. Maybe a bit too good for this cube. For predominantly Lightsworn, but also machines, we have 3 Card Trooper, or 4 Card Trooper. This is very good. This is just a generically good card. I had a Dark Eye Nightmare in here for any more stunny control decks. This one's fine. I think it's okay. We are playing 3 Deep Sea Diva for the paleo stuff. For tuners, we're playing 3 Dark Resonator because it's the most generically good one. Can't be destroyed by battle, so you can set it and just wait a turn. We are playing 2 Flare Resonator for an attack boost, and one red resonator because it's actually good. For the chaos stuff, we're playing 2 chaos sorcerer. I had a BLS in here, but it was quite overpowered, so I think I'll just stick to 2 chaos sorcerer, maybe 3. For the dark stuff, we have a dark arm dragon, which is surprisingly not as good as BLS, I kind of determined. We are having some shadows for dark flip stuff, so we have a beast, a hound, a Valko, a Squamata. I think there should be a dragon in here, but maybe I forgot to put it in. We have a breaker as well. This is just generically good, as well as Goblinberg is generically good. We also have Armor Knight. An Armageddon Knight, Dark Warrior, Exiled Force, and DD Warrior Lady. It's also working with Chaos, Don Zalug. And here we have more the high star monsters. We have an Ancient Geek Golem and a Jinzo. This is very good, of course, as well as an Archetypal Shaft, just because I had one. We have a Tragoedia as a bit of a hand trap, as well as this Swift Scarecrow and Battle Fader. Pretty good at Monarchs, as well as Chaos. We have some additional stuff, Flamevale Guard, just to confess the Synchro stuff, as well as the Beast Dragon. We also have a Spirit Reaper. This one's pretty alright actually. I thought it would be a lot better, but not very. Magical Scientist, Magician of Faith. Gale, the Blackwing Werewolf or something like that. Strike Ninja. The Fabled Cerberus. Necro Gardener, predominantly for Blightsworn, but still generically good. Time Wizard, Kage, Evil Swarm Magigora. We also have a Sacred Phoenix of Nethys, just because I thought this needed more spell trap removal, but that's, well, I always think that, so maybe it doesn't really need to happen. We also have a Absorbing Jar for shits and giggles. Honest, Mathematician, King of the Swamp, and 2 Volcanic Shell. We have Synchros now. We have an Amadeus for a 5. We have Mighty Warrior for a 6. Black Rose for a 7. Lightning Warrior for a 7. We have 2 of those. Stardust. 2 Scrap Dragon. Vermilion Dragon Mech as the 9. This is very good. Maybe Dragon Mech 2, just you know, because I have one and I like having both. And Leo, Keeper of the Sacred Tree. Just if you somehow can get to it, I think it's a very funny boss monster. For XYZs, we have 2 Utopia, 3 Gagaga Samurai, a Castel, which is probably only have one of this at most. It is very good. TRS for any 5s, predominantly like Cyber Dragon, as well as some rank 3s with Dante, Levier, and also I had another 2, so I thought I'd just put in Jump on the Stained Glass, just, you know, because. Here we have the spells. We are having running 3 poly. Might need to actually increase this to 4, just because both heroes and cyber dragons use this. 3 poly duality, just because it's probably generically good in this format. You don't really need a special summon on your, you know, on every turn. 3 offerings to the Doom as generic removal. 3 Book of Moon, as well as a Book of Sun. 2 each of Chalice, Lance, and Dress. 2 H Heated Heart for piercing. 3 Reinforcement of the Army. For warriors and heroes, but maybe 3 is maybe a bit too good. I don't know. I think it was fine. Also, a warrior returning alive. We're playing 1 fusion substitute. This is very good. Smashing Ground. It's a better offering to the Doom, but I only played as 1. A Silent Doom. XYZ import for shits and giggles. Margin trading, just because I had the card and I thought it'd be funny. Kind of like the last card I threw in here. My buddy has a shield, very generically good, as well as some more battle heavy stuff like Shrink, enemy controller, Soldier Revealing Light, and Messenger of Peace were pretty OP. Foolish Burial, which is just pretty generic. Monster Reincarnation, and I think the only equip in here is Mage Power, as well as a single MST. And lastly, traps. We are playing, I believe, a lot of Dust Tornado. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Dust Tornado. This makes sense. You want at least some background removal. Begone Knave is a very funny card. Maybe it's just because I'm a narcissist. 3 Raigeki Break, just generically good removal. 3 Dark Factory of more production, good for turboing out something. 3 Drastic Drop Off for more control decks. 3 Dark Bribe for generic negation. Powerful Rebirth because I thought Call the Haunted was maybe a bit too strong in multiples. 2 Phoenix Wind Blast. You don't mind the discard on some of these decks, but sometimes the cost isn't as good as it would seem. 2 Compulse, not bad. Kunai with Chain, Interdimensional Meta Transporter. This is very good for dodging stuff, like a fissure, because you have 1 fissure, 1 offering to the Doom. You interdimensional it on your Judgment Dragon. That's a hard one to deal with. 1 Job Avarice, 1 Negate Attack, 1 Gravity Bind, as well as some Trap Monsters, Shapeshifter, and Quantum Cat. We also have the funny one-offs, Magical Cylinder, or Magic Cylinder rather, Royal Decree, which was crazy, the other Call the Haunted, the actual one, and the Torrential Tribute. I would say that this cube is pretty fun. I would say it's definitely not as crazy as the RJ's Edison one, but you could definitely have a lot of fun with this, as I did. But definitely some improvements could be made. I feel like it could be faster. I feel like we could have more options. Maybe some more 6 stuff, but realistically, I think it's pretty okay as it is. So make sure to like and subscribe, and tell me what you think of the draft down below. Peace.